Whenever we go on trips, we always fantasize about all the fun things we're gonna do in the city. Thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go out every night, explore Paris. What happens is we get there, we like to get our bang for our buck. So we like overschedule and we never realize that we're actually not gonna have any free time.
So we went to Paris this year because Scarlet Rouge, who is Michele Lemay's daughter, amazing daughter and like awesome artist who we already featured on the site, she reached out to me and suggested that we do something on she and her mom, and I thought, well, that's just an offer that in no way are we going to refuse. We slept kind of whatever we needed, like 5 hours on the plane, and then we hit the ground running. You know, it's in the middle of the day in Paris. So we went right to the first shoot, which was this guy, John Doe, who is this over-the-top opera singer. He sings out on the street.
Hello.
This place is unbelievable. Oh my God. Can you explain to him that we're going to take pictures of every single thing? We're having a heart attack.
You're not going to miss one thing. He's a creative genius.
He's a creative, like, insane. We're having a heart attack, tell him. He didn't speak English, so we had an interpreter there. We didn't need to speak the same language. Very beautiful love of life, and his whole entire place is a tribute to his parents and his father in particular, who was a painter, so the whole place is floor to ceiling his father's paintings that are then over embellished with his own vision. This is the insanity of the StyleLikeU life. This is what you live for. There was no toning him down and all the bullshit like that everyone has to do to get people to accept people like him.
But it's changes some. I mean,
bigger lens for this?
Yeah, when you switch lenses.
If you look at this one, even this one here, it's like, see, image transformation, or it's some kind of relief. So it's like some kind of special like stones, plastic things. Actually, like the one on the wall there, like this one was been transformed. So this one is like a special representation also. Kind of family treasure.
And that's been the excitement from the beginning. You're so happy to find this amazing inspiration in these hidden places, and that's the whole point of the site. But on the other hand, you're like, how the hell am I going to capture this in the amount of time that I have? We're soulmates.
Everything.
Yeah, we're soulmates. We're soulmates.
John Doe, si tu te retournes après, tu peux regarder la caméra.
He's amazing. He's amazing. I think part of the reason I couldn't sleep last night is because, partly because this is like a really big deal. Like, this is one of those things that I wanted to happen so badly, and it's a great sort of lesson of life. I didn't make an effort for it to happen, and it just fell in our lap, which is shooting Michele Lemay, who's, for me, my biggest idol in terms of how beautiful a woman can be, just completely naturally and just completely themselves.
I just think it's going to be one of those experiences where we have no idea what we're like about to enter into. Yeah. We think we know that she's this, we think we know she's that, we think we know we love her, but I think it's just going to be like way beyond what we could possibly imagine.
Hello. I took a little bit of time to prepare myself for it. We kind of went off script like immediately because she also is very spontaneous. Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Elisa.
Yeah, Elisa. Hi. I'm Lily.
Nice to meet you. I mean, we literally were interviewing her like in a car. I think that in the end brings out the best moments and the best interview.
Do you mind if I connect you to the microphone?
Fine, no, but we are going to get in the car, so you make me...
In the car.
In the car? We are doing the thing in the car. We are all together. Let's go.
You guys have the same color hair, right?
Same henna.
The same henna, exactly.
So pretend, but there is something addictive.
Who's going to be talking more at where we're going?
Addictive about what?
It's her. It's not
Are you getting her saying this?
No, that's why I want to microphone.
So what are we talking about?
We want to do an interview of the two of you together.
So there's a couple different aspects, and then we weave it all together in one video.
Yeah.
It's like a portrait, like a beautiful...
Yeah, you do portraits.
Yeah,
It's a portrait.
through the lens of style.
We use that as the way to get into what's behind the person and what is the thing that makes them, you know, what are their imagination and passions and dreams and everything that creates that. She just lifts me off the ground in terms of inspiration because she functions from such a gut, instinctual, creative, almost animalistic place to eventually the success of Rick Owens, which to this day I feel, and you know, up to their last fashion show, has proven to be something that functions outside of the box and outside of the system, and has been able to achieve enormous success with maintaining their integrity. His brain, your brain, like we're connecting in this thing that has much more to do than with the boots. Do you know what I mean?
I already know what you mean. It's making a tribe of people what they're feeling about the clothes.
I would be like my heart, and I'd be like, I can't sleep, I have to have these boots, they're $2,500. I've got kids going to college, you know, but like I have to have them.
Amazing,
Like what's beautiful about the way she interviews is that she just like free flows and just talks, and like they just get into this like amazing conversation, but sometimes I'm like, okay, like I see the end video like in my head, so I'll kind of like interject and like interrupt her and maybe like ask a question myself, or I'll just like stop her when I feel like she's like gone too far.
It brings you back to that neutral point.
You can get out. You can be the observer of your feelings.
Exactly. Instead of letting them control you.
Totally. I always talk about that. Like you absolutely have to know how to meditate in life. You do, because it's like...
I mean, that's what they should be teaching in school.
Right. From kindergarten, yoga and meditation. Lily understands basically what we want to get out of the interview and lets me sort of go for it, but then catches my failings, which are, you know, to get into too much detail, because I could turn each of these videos into an 8-hour documentary, and it's very impractical. And I just want to add too to her agelessness. I mean, you know, she's like the coolest person on the planet, and she will be till the day she dies, and it has nothing to do with age. And she's so beautiful. So can you tell me where you're from originally? Well, I usually start every interview with, where are you from?
I also like ask that question first, because I think it really sucks when people start an interview with like a hard question to answer because they're already nervous. So it's like, might as well ask something that like is tangible and like black and white, like where are you from? Then they don't have to think. I feel like we have to work our way to a place where whoever we're interviewing it becomes unaware that they have a video camera. That's not easy, so easy for your mom to say that you don't have the perfect body.
Did that create you to feel self-conscious? Because you seem very confident.
I'm more into hiding it all.
You shouldn't. You have a beautiful body. You have to accept that.
Well, I didn't accept my best friend that doesn't want to leave me, this one.
I really allowed them to guide in a certain way, although I never let them feel as if they're hanging.
While they're posing for photos, which my mom is taking, I'll be doing the B-roll, which is the visuals that you overlay in the video. Then they change into another outfit, and while they're changing into another outfit, my mom does photos of the apartment, and I do B-roll of the apartment. There's never a moment during the shoot where we're not like doing something.
Well, I often was doing scouting at the beginning, and I remember thinking, am I ever going to go to an event and actually be able to enjoy the event again? Every single thing I ever went to, like a movie or on the street or anything I ever went to, the only thing I was ever thinking about are who are the fab people in this room, and I got to get their, I got to get their emails and telephone numbers fast. That's kind of changed because now we get the people in so many different ways, and we have so many, like we get them from referrals.
Oh yeah, we're doing him.
Yeah, and Rick? Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
Ah,
So,
yeah.
we are.
Yeah. Wait, did that come through you?
Yeah.
Oh, I think that came through you, yeah.
Or Jazz, maybe. I don't know.
No.
Because he worked for her for a long time as well, I think.
She was wearing the ones with the teardrop, with the eye with the
Oh yeah, the same.
crying one.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, I just got these ones from her.
I must have pronounced her name wrong because I told her who we were going to, but she didn't know. But it's probably because I said it wrong. How do you say your name?
Ilva.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we didn't say it the right way.
I think I said Eva.
Yeah. So I mean, the people that are different, they kind of have to stick
Band together, yeah.
I think that Ilva had as much style in her first outfit, which was just like super laid back. She intentionally wore that Adidas sports bra peeking through this like t-shirt dress. It was intentional, but it was easy, and she was like comfortable enough in herself to feel good about being on camera and low key about it. And yeah, that's cool. People that can go either way and don't have to have like a big fuss. But then like each outfit got cooler and like more layers, and like she brought it to like a more extreme place. Then she started dancing in the middle of the shoot, and like things just went to another level of obsession. We both have these exact same crushes on people. We can be separate on these video interviews, and you can't tell because essentially we see the beauty in the person in the same way, and that's all that really matters. Americ's shoot, I remember before that, like all the shoots are like this, but before that you're like uploading and dealing with emails and worried about this, that, and the other, and you're like, where are we? We're lost, we're late.
We're just on our way, but we're about 15 minutes late. We're on our way to our last video shoot of the trip. Americ, who apparently everyone's been raving about that we met. They like know him apparently. He's like amazing, but we don't know who he is, and we never know who anyone is until we shoot them, which makes it really like an adventure. We have no expectations, so then our minds get blown.
What we did
Yes, Yuki.
Yeah, but I am her former assistant actually.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my god. It's insane. This is like, what? Oh my god, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Beautiful. Can we move in?
For the next 4 hours, you're like in this trance and you don't want it to go away.
Even maybe up against your face.
That's nice. That'd be a nice.
And then put it down. Look ahead. Okay, and please stand now. Performance art group, he's a stylist. He collects all these things that he then uses as props for like shoots and for his like performances, and then they become another piece of wall decor. He'll turn like turbans into a statue on the wall. So during the shoot, he's like pulling things off the wall and then like wearing them. You didn't think it was a hat. You thought it was this cool wall piece, and then all of a sudden it's a hat.
So cool. Can you turn around? Whoa. Okay, you want to take it off? Mommy, you need a picture. Whoa. That's a ring? No. No more touching things.
I personally can't imagine being that creative, so I'm just in awe the whole time. I like want to go home and redecorate my room.
This is pure. Leave all place and time.
That's true.
Leave the world. Forget about everything.
Except that
Everything inside of me is humming, singing. This is how deep our spirits and our imaginations are. They go on forever. So what we're showing is that this is now fashion. And this is culture.
Not now, it always has been.
It's there, but you don't see it. It's not in magazines, it's not in the media, it's nowhere, but it exists. Like, it used to be the tribe of like black sheep, and now it's become the tribe of socialites and boring people and rich people.
Exactly.
And no new thought.
No. And like even in fashion parties, like when people was like amazed or shocked because like me and my friends have looks, and we were like, well, like we're in fashion, like it's like normal. Like we should be in shock because you're not like this.
Yeah, the fact that the fashion people are in shock of you is what's wrong with everything. It's like, what's wrong with them? I think that we, you know, kind of did our jobs in terms of giving a platform to something that's, you know, the underground in Paris.
We need to go to Little Italy or Little India and go get fabric. I'm gonna put shit on my ceiling. I am.
On every shoot, I get completely dehydrated. I mean, every day. Don't drink water when I'm working all day. Don't drink water. Don't eat. If I have a headache, I don't drink.
It's our last day.
Like this.
We're leaving at this evening, which is sad. Really sad.
I was in the middle of doing an Instagram video on all the doors walking from the house club.
Did you do it?
No.
My mom's favorite thing about Paris is doors. The doorways.
They know how to do the doors. We aren't nearly able to shoot and feature the amount of people that we would really like to.
On all the shoots, this is what happens. Each of us becomes obsessed with the person's style. It takes a few days, then we settle back down and we realize that we're just ourselves. I can handle the emotions I feel from being so inspired by each of them without thinking that I need to be each of them. I just take a deep breath and like let it flow out of me.